Welcome to the JTV.
Bode George don tok say di judges for tribunal say di right tin wey dem suppose do for dis judgement wey dem wan give today na to call for rerun instead of declaring a winner. Say democracy na government of di pipo, by di pipo and for di pipo. Say no be election wey be say millions of pipo come out come vote, 5 pipo go come tok say na so so person win. Say di best thing for dis judges for tribunal to do na to call for rerun. And pipo, I no go talk too much o, I go play una dis video now make una lis ten and hear from Bode George himself and hear wetin he talk for inside dis one. Make una watch.
And thank God we are back in a democratic governance. In other words, the government of the people, for the people, by the people. It is the will of the people that we must respect. Now, we have an agency that was to conduct the election, an agency completely entrusted to manage and ensure that the process was seamless. At the end of the day, there was an announcement by the chairman that there was a glitch on the system. I am an engineer by profession, and I said to myself, if there was a glitch, first of all, let me thank President Buhari for introducing the modern technology in the electoral process. Because in the past, they had been handled, manipulated, all kinds of marauders, give figures, manipulate the figures, and come up with solutions that were archaic and unacceptable. Now, the day he announced that they have spent so much money acquiring modern technology to handle the electoral process, I had a party in my office. I was so thankful and so grateful that we are going to lift from the doldrums of hell to the civilized level of civility. But what happened? We started, he tested, there was a test run in Anambra, no problem. And there was another one in Ekiti, no problem. There was another one in Osun State, using the same modern technology. Now, he then announced just before the election that they had done a test run. I was so happy. On the day now of the election, on the D-Day, the H hour, you announced to the world that there was a glitch. I felt so mortified, beyond words, angry beyond words, because that's my specialization in the military, So I said, glitch? Eventually, they resorted back to the old archaic system where you now had a load of people manipulating results, and you had all the things that they said during the tribunal. And I want to appeal. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I have my common sense. And I am, asking purely on moral suasion purposes. Democracy is about the will of the people, the government of the people, for the people, by the people, selecting the choice of who should be president, who should be governor, who should be senator, who should be House of Rep member, or should never be through the courts. In this setup, there are 3 arms of government. They are equal arms, but independent. Now, if one of them now decides on our behalf who should be president, who should be governor, it's unheard of. It's absolutely shambolic. How would it be? The 200 million people, about 60 million people voted, and then 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 will now decide the winner of the election. I don't know whatever grammar and these same people live in our society, the lawyers and all that, playing and getting humongous amount of money for displaying and telling us about the technicalities, the what. What we know for real is that the election was shambolic. It did not go through the process as defined by the law. It did not go through the process as defined by the INEC themselves. So I am hoping that the Almighty God will work in the minds of these judges, to come up, tell INEC. INEC is the moderator of the election. Go back and redo the election to make sure the process is just, the process is fair, and the process is justifiable. If they cannot meet it, sack them and get new people to manage the election. But for judges to decide on the will of the people, or through whatever grammar they will give us, will be setting this nation back. You forgot the 12 saga? When we had 19 states, they came up with stories about how 12 two-thirds should be about two-thirds of a state or not a state, all kinds of technicalities. Where did that lead us as a nation? Let's get off from this doldrum of hell and go to join the civilized people in the world. God has so given this nation so much mineral resources in every part, human resource in every part. Look at all developed countries in the world. You hear about Nigerians who are experts here, experts there. They are all over. Why can't we do something for ourselves? Why? I get mortified. I get so angry. What is going on? Why are we drifting? Because of personal ambition, personal aggrandizement at the expense of the millions of people. You need to walk the streets of every state and see squalor and see poverty and see anger in the faces of the people. All because of an ambition of one or two people? No, we can't continue like this. Look at in Kenya. They had an election.
George,
they went back to the court.
Please allow me to interrupt you. You know, it's
Right.
quite interesting that you're having second thoughts about the judiciary now when it had favored your party in the past.
Yeah.
You recall the same judiciary favored your party when it upheld the very flawed election that brought Umaru Musa Yar'Adua to power in 2007. You did not express reservations at that time. And it's also standard practice all over the world, you know, for the judiciary to arbitrate, you know, or intervene in election disputes. So why change the rules at this time?
You know, you are looking at it in a very myopic aspect. The fact that it happened at that time, does that mean we should continue? We saw the effect. All I am saying at my age now, since Shagari's period, we had never handled. At that time, there was no modern technology to run elections. People manipulated the results, and all of them on all sides have agreed that that was what they did. You are telling me now, because we did something wrong about 10, 20 years ago, we should continue? No. The essence of life is that once you are able to see the mistakes made, make corrections, and don't repeat the mistakes so that you can grow. That's all I am saying.
DJ